Hello guys, today I'm going to share you the best story that touched my heart deeply. The empty seat. One seat remained empty. The 7:12 morning train was always crowded. Every week weekday people poured into this station with the same silky determination of his works, clutching coffee cup and student crying backpacks, elderly passengers sitting into the family corner, faces blurred into the one another, and the most never notice the stranger they travel basis besides, but sometimes without intention to two people notice each other. That was how it began for Ethan and Kilra. Neither knew the other name. Neither had spoken a single word, yet for nearly 2 years they shared the same train. Every morning, Ethan boarded at Ashford station and took his usual place near the window of the car. 7 10 minutes later, a riverside Kilra entered through the metal doors set across the easel whenever the seat was available. At first they were empty, part of each other routine. Ethan recognized a red scarf during winter. Kira noticed the worn leather notebook. He always cried. Days become week become months without realizing it. Each began looking for the other. If Kilra boarded and saw Ethan already seated by the window, she felt a strange relief. Here's he is here. If Ethan gazed up and saw a wavering through the crowd, he found himself smiling before returning to his book. Neither understood why they were stranger, nothing more. Yet familiarity grew in a quiet space between them. Every day followed the same pattern. The train arrived, passengers shuffled abroad. Kilra sat down. Ethan nodded slightly. Kilra returned the nod. That was all. No conversation, no instructions, no names. Yet somehow it felt meaningful. Small observation accumulated. Ethan learned she perfect mastery novels because he often saw the cover before the open them. Kilrod discovered the sketch in his notebook during the ride. Once the quote of the glimpse of her drawing a detailed pencil portrait of an old man reading a newspaper. She had wanted to compliment it, but the opportunity passed, and so did not. Another day, then another, then another. People often assume speaking is easy. Sometimes it is not. Sometimes a stranger becomes so familiar that breaking the silence feels impossible. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. Winter arrived. Snow dust the station platform. The train window fog from the passenger breath. One morning, Kilra boarded, crying a paper cup of coffee. The train lurched unexpectedly. Coffee splashed onto her coat. A few passengers laughed, embraced, and they reached for the tissues. Before she could find any, a hand appeared. Ethan silently offered a packet of napkins. For a moment, their eyes met. "Thank you," she said. Her voice was softened than he did not imagine. He nodded. "You are welcome." Those were the first words they ever exchanged after nearly a year. The conversations ended there, but sometimes changed. The silence no longer felt empty, it felt shared. Spring flowered, winter trees outside the train, and the train windows turned green again. The city awakened from the cold. The routine continued. Sometimes Kilra caught Ethan looking up from his notebook. Sometimes Ethan noticed her smiling at. Sometimes she did read. They never paused, pushed beyond those small moments. Life kept moving, work, deadline, family obligations, ordinary corner, concern. Every day they intended to speak. Every day they did not. There would always be tomorrow, or so they believed. One rainy Thursday, Ethan arrived late. The train door were already closing. He sprinted across the platform and they jumped abroad just in time, breathing heavily. He searched the carriage. Kilra was there. For the first time, she laughed openly. The sight springs him. A laughter transformed her entire face. He found himself laughing too. No word, just shared, assumed. A tiny moment, yet it stayed with him for days. By summer, Kilra had become the first things Ethan looked for each morning, and Ethan had become part of Kilra's daily comfort. Neither admitted it aloud. Perhaps neither fully admitted it to themselves. Still, they noticed his absence. If Kilra missed a train, Ethan spent the ride starting out the window. If Ethan was not there, Kilra felt unsettled all day. Strange, she thought, missing someone you have never truly met. One evening, Kilra told her sister about him. "What is his name?" "I don't know." "What does he do?" "I don't know." "They, why are you smiling?" Kilra could not answer because how could she explain? Some continuous grow not through conversation but through persistence, day after day, moment after moment, until a stranger quietly sometimes comes important. The years passed, the train remained the same, the routine remained the same, and still neither crossed the invisible lines separating strange from the acquaintance. Sometimes Ethan imagined introducing himself. Sometimes Clara researched opening line in her head, but reality always interfered. The train arrived. Passengers crowded around. The moment disappeared. The train The moment disappeared. Tomorrow, the tonight thought tomorrow. They came Monday, a completely ordinary Monday, the kind no one remembers until it changes. Even everything this morning train was unusually full. Several cars and had been taken out of service due to maintenance. Passengers packed tightly together. Seats vanished quickly by the same time. Kilra bordered of the riverside. Only one seat remained empty. The seat across the Ethan. She smiled and sat down. The train pulled away. Outside, grey clouds drifted across the sky, and seas inside. Commute Commuters scrolled through phones and drank coffee. Everything seemed normal until the announcement came. Due to signal failure ahead, this train will experience delays, groans, and spread through the carriage. People checked watches. Some stood and moved between cars. The delay stretched on that minutes 20, 30. Passenger become breathless for the first time. Even Ethan and Clara remained strapped together longer than usual. Neither had anywhere to space. Neither could printed another opportunity would magically appear. This silence felt different. He looked up. She looked back and suddenly both smiled. I think this train wants us to suffer, Ethan said. Kilra laughed. The sound felt familiar despite how rarely he did hear it. Maybe it is teaching us patience. After 2 years, her, her eyebrows rose. 2 years. So you have noticed too, she laughed again. I don't be worried if I had not. Sometimes loosened between them like a knot. Finally, untingly words began flowing naturally. They spoke about work, books, favorite stations, bad weather, train delays, the city life. Every topic felt surprisingly easy, as though they were continue a conversation pause years earlier when the train finally resumed moving. Neither noticed for the first time they were not simply sharing a ride, they were sharing themselves. By the end of the journey, Ethan knew Kilra worked at a publishing company. Kilra knew Ethan was an illustrator. He loved all book stories. He filled dozens of these sketchbooks every year. The station approached. Passengers stood, bags were gathered, the ride was ending. Both felt the same disappointment, not because the train ride was over, because the conversation had started too late. Or so it seems. The train stopped, doors open. People flooded onto the platform. For a brief second, they stood facing each other. Aimed the crowd, the Clara smiled. See you tomorrow. Ethan hesitated. For years, tomorrow. It remained a promise neither acted upon. This time, he reached into the notebook, tore a page, wrote something, then handed it to my number. Clara looked down and smiled. Good. Then she wrote her air beneath it, just in a case the train decided not to help us again. For the first time, they walked away, knowing each other's names, not stranger anymore. Not quite friends yet, sometimes in between, sometime beginning. The next morning, Ethan arrived early, car 7, window seats, the familiar place. Passengers filled the carriage, the train depart. Ashford, the riverside, the door opened. Kilra stepped abroad. She looked down him, smiled back. But before she could reach the seat from him, another passenger sat there.